Good morning, this is Burnrate and welcome back to Democracy 3 as we continue to steer the Canadian government to a successful future, running a space program, a Mars program, tackling climate change and lowering unemployment with high GDP, low crime, poverty, and great amounts of health and education. The loyalty of your ministers can be described as fanatical and their effectiveness is generally considered to be exceptional. We have a poll rating of 98%, currently have a surplus of 15 billion, and there's a trade agreement which requires our attention. It says a group of Western countries have established an initiative to set up a new trade agreement regulating tariffs, quotas, others. It should help to prevent emerging countries from catching up and secure worldwide economic dominance at the expense of global equality. That's pretty dark. So we could ensure our own safety. Or we could team up with new people. So I think if we don't sign this, we'll, this is kind of like you're out of the gang sort of a thing. But I think in the interest of the country and the people that elected me, they don't want me to betray them, we will sign this agreement. And we do a lot for, international, international support, donations, those kinds of things. So we have a good surplus here. Our debt is down to half of what it was when we started. 2.5 long terms ago. Things are going really well. There's not much I want to mess with. We can go look through here. We could do this. This is actually pretty nice. It might be bad with environmentalists, but it's safer. Fusion is safer and more efficient than fission. It's expensive and will contribute to technology development in our country. I think I'm going to set that. I want our debt to go down some more. Synthetic meat research grants. This would be interesting. Poor farming, droughts, and population growth. Farmers will like it less, but I think this is actually really good. Considering there's, water shortages and stuff like that are increasing. The environmentalists, interesting, they don't like it. The poor earnings, farmer membership will drop down, as will income. The food price goes down, which is nice. It's interesting that environmentalists don't like it, but I think this is going to be good in general, especially in the long term. So I'm going to enact this policy, and we're going to cruise on to the next turn and see how we're doing. Nuclear test ban. I do agree with the nuclear test ban treaty. I know it will not stop everyone forever, but I think the less nuclear explosions that go off in the world, the better place it will be. So we are going to do that. Things remaining stable. Security briefing. Ooh. An extremely well-funded shadowy organization composed... Oh, that's the capitalists. Security effectiveness is adequate, but their membership is rising, unfortunately. They're starting to like me a little more, though, so maybe they're comprised from they don't like the inheritance tax at all. It's the Heritage Society for them. The Brandenburg group is from capitalists. It's interesting that the capitalists are getting happier, so hopefully this will go down before they attempt to kill me, which I would really like. So we have the same surplus even after enacting that program, and I'm going to go again. I'm focusing here just on reducing debt. Achievement unlocked. You can't see it, but it says Agrarian Society. So here it is. Oh, here it is. So who needs cities and technologies anyway when you can have the majority of your citizens out in the field doing an honest day's toil? Oh, and a new situation has developed. Weather prediction technology. So that's due to our space program. Very nice. As our space program enacts, military spending is actually not affecting it. I guess if we increase military spending, technology and year, that improves tourism. So cool. That just really helps out everything. Ministerial scandal, not very interested. That'll just go away in the next news cycle. You're in the middle of your term, our third term. Our party membership is the largest by a notable briefing. So these guys are, oh wow, they actually went up significantly. I think I need to do something to increase. Liberal will not like it. I think I need to do something to increase. See, that's way too much. My security. I will do that. This will make liberals dislike it, but I can afford to have a little bit more liberal dislike, especially gaining some conservatives. So let's see. Widespread. We'll go to the top of widespread there. And let's see what else we can do. Armed police. Again, liberals are against the security, but I feel like times are getting more and more difficult with the deteriorating environment and the global competition for resources, so we'll go back to this here, just the top of widespread. So we're going to lose a lot of liberal support here, but we're also going to get, and that's one of the largest groups in our, yeah, so that's definitely going to hurt our popularity, but I don't think it's going to knock us out of winning any elections. Our debt continues to drop, which is outstanding. And let's see. No, we do not have a Mars program going. I do want that. You know. I think I'll get that next turn. I thought we had that already, but I guess I was thinking about it and trying to pay down debt. So, let's see. I think this will be good too. I think we need a little bit of patriotism. It does hurt foreign relations a tiny bit, but I think increasing the Patriot membership and their approval is actually good, and it does not cost anything. The newsreader sings. Where was that? In public services? Or law and order? Oh, I forget which one it was. No, public services. Let's see, where's public services? And it was here. So we can go everywhere from state channels only, all channels. To the newsreader actually sings. Excellent. So we'll leave that as it is and see how these things shake out. The conservatives are going down. The Brandenburg group. So the security effectiveness is. This is going to have an implementation delay of 3. So they're holding steady here, but yeah, all these things. What else can I do? Curfews, detention without trial. ID cards aren't so bad. That's like a social security card or a driver's license. Tasers. Police drones. That's pretty intense. Microchips. I may go with ID cards and tasers. I don't know. We'll take a look. We're going to let the turn roll forward. So debt protection law. I think yes, I'm going to roll with this. Debtors need to be limited and controlled because it's too easy to take advantage of people, especially when you have resources and capabilities. Unemployment is going down again. Excellent. We're slightly less popular, but still very popular. So our surplus is going up. And I'm torn between starting a Mars program versus eliminating our debt. And I think with the global economy on the rise, these are good. Security effectiveness is good. This is continuing to rise, unfortunately. So let's go in here. Secret courts, interesting. We wanted to look at ID cards. That actually costs 50 political capital. Not too expensive. Where else do we have this? Tasers. That's cheaper. Good compromise between the need to disable violent criminals and the risk of death associated with traditional firearms. And others say it lowers the barrier to use, so people will abuse using the tasers. But I think a non-lethal force for police, especially for our police service, is, you know, that'll protect policemen more. And I think we'll leave it right in the middle there. So that'll be good. We'll go on to the next one. Euthanasia. Legalize euthanasia. No hope of recovery, and have already expressed a will not to carry on with their life. So this is a sensitive topic. This is like a lot of laws are changing around the world about this right now. So basically this is assisted suicide. Now, I think I disagree with this, you know, because if you, like, let's say you have cancer and, you know, you can stay alive for many more years, but you could refuse treatment and die. But there's also basically having someone kill you is a difference, you know. And there's, I know there are a million, I guess, specific instances that we can come up with that could argue for either side. But right now, without getting too far into it and speculating for hours on end, especially of course because I'm not having an open conversation. This would be a cool game to stream, actually, but I may do that. I'm gonna go with leave law unchanged, you know, arguing with myself for a long time. So the Brandenburg group is still stable at 33. Security effectiveness is increasing, which is nice. Might do wiretapping up a little bit more. So, alright. Surplus is still increasing and our debt is dropping ever so much. How much does that cost in terms of debt interest right now? About 2 billion per turn. And what did I want to enact? Something ID cards. This is again going to hurt the liberal groups a lot, but it is going to improve their, so compulsory. Yeah, of course, if it's not compulsory, it doesn't make any sense, but we don't need it to be heavily enforced, so I think I'll leave it there. And no political capital. We're going to move on to the next year. A market meltdown. That is unfortunate. That impacts us directly. So I'm glad I didn't jump on the space program or the Mars program just yet. Our surplus is still doing well, but man, the global economy just cannot get it together. Honestly, look at our debt though. That's really nice. I'm gonna go down below. Let's aim for 250 billion debt before I get the space program, or above 25 billion surplus. Controversial monarch. Controversial march. That makes more sense than monarch. So, an extreme right-wing political group is planning to march through our capital city. They have racist tendencies, and if there will be violent confrontations if the march goes down. So, this is about allowing basic freedom of society to assemble, even if it's unpopular or minority. So this is like, I guess in the US would be like letting the KKK do a march or something, or perhaps, you know, you could compare it to in Germany, like a Nazi march, which is outlawed. And I think there are definite instances where it is insulting and terrible, and it definitely will lead to violence in some cases. So I'm going to, I guess, make some assumptions on this situation and say it is bad enough that we can ban this march. And we're not enacting a permanent law, but we are setting a precedent. But I do think the safety is very important. Now, unemployment is going up, unfortunately, but that occurred due to that crash in our GDP. Our security effectiveness is good. There's a lot more we could do. But, you know, there's only one armed group out to get us, really. Our population is wavering, but I think we're making some good changes. So we can see our surplus dropping quite a bit following along with the crash in the global economy here. Expenditure did go down a little bit too. I'm really interested in getting that debt out. Religious symbols in schools, so we can ban them or reject them. So if we introduce the ban, it'll take away discrimination, things like that. Reject the ban, they say this is just basically directly targeting Muslims, and I think in a Western country that would be true. And I think banning this kind of thing would only heighten tensions and cause more problems. You know, you can have discipline in schools where if people try and take things too far, you know, it's a normal reaction. You don't need to enact a national policy to control people's behaviors, but I'm going to reject the ban because that would be directly racist. So this group is still here. Membership in all these is going down. They're at yellow, and we do have some security effectiveness. I might think about increasing wiretapping. Police drones are a bit too much, and curfews as well. This is not as good. So I think with one of these, facial recognition. Ooh, it's like that show, Person of Interest. We need the machine. I'm gonna do this. This doesn't have a very big negative effect on the liberal portion of our population. It improves our conservative sector and does not cost too much more, and will definitely help with the security threats. Confirm changes. Yes. Alright, so let's go look how we're doing. The liberal group's down again and again and again. They do not like the ID cars. It is unfortunate due to such a large section of our population, but we need to take certain measures to protect ourselves and our country. So what are we looking at here? Fire 7 capital. No, do not fire anyone. Our debt is below 400 billion now. We can look at the global economy is again recovering, but still not near the levels before. I do want to enact a space program. Oh, biohazard outbreak. Tourism, health, and everyone down. That's unfortunate. Unemployment is down and GDP has gone up. Let's see. How is these guys doing? Stable, stable? We're falling a little bit in the polls, but I think a 98.7 or at 87. Oh, that's not bad. We're doing alright. Surplus climbing. We'll just roll through a few more turns. I want to ooh, we can appoint an ambassador. So again, this is, you know, patriotism versus international compromise. And I think, you know, given recent events, the water shortages, the general shortages in the global system, and as well as with the trade agreements, we're going to need someone a little stronger for our national interests. So we're going to go with Audrey Wang. This group is stable still. I would like to get our security effectiveness up another level. We may need to go... No, I think there's still a lot of room to improve here. So let's see if there's anything we can do as a public service to improve. Can ban private healthcare, private education, and foreign church services. School vouchers. So there's some quite expensive stem cell research. Healthcare vouchers, that's expensive, but I'm sure it'll be very well liked. Disability benefits. That's not too expensive. Let's implement this and see. That makes a capital, and they have the Brandenburg group. So I will implement this at current levels and just leave it as such, and we'll continue on. Oil drilling opportunity, no thank you. We are spending way too much on... Oh, they went down to 16, excellent. We're spending way too much on climate change to support oil drilling. That's an easy one. So another 100 billion off our debt, and I think we'll jump in to a Mars program. But let's just continue on through election results for our 4th term. We're still sitting quite well. Activist turnout boost. Player turnout 94. Excellent. We will begin our next term. Food price crisis. Uh-oh. That is not good. Poor earnings, poor obesity, and GDP go down. So that's generally negative. These guys, oh, they're going down even more. It's good. But I think we can leave our security as is at this time. The re-election and our debt dropping, the global economy recovering, as well as our debt lowering. Wow, that really shot back up again. Nice. I want this to go away. I hate debt. So I think here we're going to take a break. That was a good term. We're in our 4th term, and so 5-year terms. It is now 2030, and things are looking well. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next episode of Democracy 3, and until then, have a great day.